8 things that happen when you think too much, and how Stoicism helps you break free. Have you ever felt trapped inside your own head? As if your mind is a windowless, doorless room where the same anxious thoughts, painful memories, and catastrophic future scenarios echo endlessly? This non-stop inner monologue, a constant chewing over of ideas, doubts, and fears, is known as overthinking. Today, it's not just a habit but a true epidemic of our time. We live in an age of information but drown in an ocean of mental noise. We strive for productivity yet find ourselves paralyzed by our own thoughts. We seek happiness, but our brain often becomes the main source of our suffering. But what if I told you that the cure for this modern ailment was discovered over 2,000 years ago? That the key to mental silence and unshakable calm does not lie in new technologies but in the ancient wisdom of the Stoics? Today, we will journey deep into the most destructive process happening in our consciousness and examine 8 things that happen when you think too much. For each, we will find a powerful antidote in the Stoic philosophical arsenal. 1. Analysis paralysis, when thinking stops action. The first and perhaps the most insidious trap of overthinking is analysis paralysis. When we think too much, we lose the ability to act. We endlessly weigh pros and cons, afraid to make a mistake, and end up frozen. Epictetus, a former slave turned great philosopher, taught us to divide everything into 2 categories, things within our control and things outside it. Within our control are our judgments, desires, intentions, and most importantly, our actions and decisions. He said, people are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. This idea, the foundation of Stoicism, frees us from the chains of endless rumination. Realizing we cannot control external circumstances but only our reaction to them, we stop wasting energy on fruitless thinking and begin to act. 2. Loss of self-confidence. Overthinking destroys our confidence. Every time we dive into doubts, we reinforce the feeling of incompetence and insecurity. The Stoics taught us to observe our thoughts like clouds passing through the sky of consciousness, not to give them power over us. When we understand that thoughts are just thoughts, not verdicts, we begin to rebuild faith in ourselves. 3. Amplification of fear and anxiety. The more we think about possible misfortunes, the bigger they seem. Stoics did not deny fears but taught to accept them as part of life without letting them dictate our behavior. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the mind must be like a fortress, unbreachable and calm despite the storms inside and out. 4. Loss of the present moment. When the mind is constantly occupied with what-ifs, we lose the present. Stoicism urges us to live here and now, fully present in the moment, appreciating every breath and action. Only this way can true freedom be found. 5. Fatigue and energy drain. Excessive mental activity exhausts not only the brain but also the soul. The Stoics advise practicing moderation, in thoughts and deeds, and making time to rest the mind. 6. Damage to relationships. Endless internal dialogues often cause irritation and alienation in communication with others. Stoicism teaches compassion and understanding that every person is part of a greater whole and encourages focusing on what depends on us, kindness and respect. 7. Loss of meaning and purpose. Overthinking breeds doubts about one's goals and values. Stoics call for clearly understanding your life principles and following them regardless of inner fluctuations or external circumstances. 8. Alienation from your own nature. When the mind becomes a noisy room, we lose connection with ourselves, our true nature. Stoicism reminds us that we are rational beings, and only through harmony of thought and action can we find inner peace. How to stop overthinking? Stoic advice. 1. Distinguish what is in your control and what is not. Focus on the judgments and actions you can control. 2. Recognize that thoughts are not facts but interpretations. Don't give them power over you. 3. Practice daily self-examination. Write down your thoughts, identify irrational fears and doubts. 4. Take action. Small steps toward your goal are better than endless rumination. 5. Practice mindfulness. Learn to stop and be fully present here and now. 6. Let go of the unnecessary. As Epictetus said, people are disturbed not by things, but by their opinions about things. Overthinking is not just a mental habit, it's a modern disease of the mind. But ancient Stoic wisdom holds the key to freedom. Free yourself from the chains of endless thinking, stop being a prisoner of your own head, and begin to live simpler, braver, and happier.